Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. This is Syahirah from EGP Blog 3B. As you can see from the title itself, this is a video on the review of the book that I read, which is A World Without Islam. First and foremost, we'll start with the background of the author. Graham E. Fuller was born on November 28, 1937. He's an American author and political analyst that specialized in Islamist extremism. He was a former vice chairman of the National Intelligence Council at the Central Intelligence Agency, or simply said as CIA. He served as station chief in Kabul for the CIA. He joined RAND, Research and Development Corporation, as senior political scientist specializing in the Middle East, and now he's an adjunct professor of history at Simon Fraser University. These are some of his masterpieces, and in this video we're going to talk about the masterpiece that was published in 2010, which is A World Without Islam. The summary of this book. A World Without Islam mainly talks about what the world will look like and how it will be if Islam does not exist. Some might think that the world will be much more peaceful compared to now, as there won't be any clash of civilization, no holy wars, and no terrorists. However, how far can we prove that this chaos won't happen if Islam is not introduced from the start? Will there really won't be any war happening, especially between the Middle East and the West? In this book, Graham voiced out his opinion about Islam and also the relationship between Islam and the West. This book also covers a good historical debate about how the world would be if Islam have never existed. He pointed out that the world might actually be quite similar to what we see today. Other factors that are much more powerful in influencing and causing the tension between the Middle East and the West far before Islam was introduced can be discussed. This includes the economic interest, geopolitical interest, power struggles between regional empires, ethnic struggles, nationalism, and even severe clashes within Christianity itself. Those factors have little to do with Islam, and even some has no relation to Islam at all. This shows that the tension between the East and the West doesn't influence much by Islam. Other than that, the history and events between the West and the Middle East, which can provide powerful explanation and evidence that becomes the root of today's conflict without bringing Islam into the discussion of the reasons behind the chaos that happened between these two regions can be discussed. This book also mentioned about the history about Islam in different countries including Russia, India, and China. A world without Islam is certain to inspire debate and reshape the way we think about Islam's relationship with the West. The last part of the book stated how we can't completely blame the West on this matter. Graham wrapped up the discussions by suggesting the strategies that can be done towards a new policy with the Muslim world. From my point of view, this book is a good read, especially for those who are interested in history. The reason I chose this book is because of the topic itself, and I love to get to know anything that has to do with Islam. It is also talking about one of the hot topics that had been discussed and argued for a long period of time. I made a review on this book with hopes that others will open their eyes widely to see how Islam has less influence towards the chaos that happened between the Middle East and the West, and to stop them from putting all the blame on Islam. It might be a sensitive topic to talk about, but nonetheless, it is fun to know the histories and one's point of view on how the world would be if Islam does not exist.